Good afternoon. I'm now going to call the Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025 meeting of the Norfolk County Commissioners to order. I'm now going to read the executive order on remote participation. On March 28th, 2025, Governor Healy signed into law House Bill 62, an act relative to extending certain COVID-19 measures adopted during the state of emergency, which included a 2-year extension of the option for public bodies to hold remote meetings by suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law. That is Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Sections 18 through 25. That action was effective immediately, extending the current option for remote meetings through June 30th, 2027. Thank you. We are live and remote today. I'm going to ask everyone to join me in saluting the flag. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'm going to call the roll. Commissioner Spady.
I'm here, sir.
Commissioner Collins.
Present.
And Commissioner Shea is present. We have a quorum. There is no executive session today. Call to order. Roll call. No executive session. Number 4, minutes of the open session meeting of April 16th, 2025 for your approval. Commissioners.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll move approval as presented, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the open session meeting of April 16th, 2025. All in favor?
Aye, sir.
Aye. It is approved. Number 5 is appointments. We have none. Number 6, public comment. Each week at our meeting, we have a section on our agenda for public comment, whether people come in person or join us in Zoom land for any public comment. Now is the time for the public comment. Director Buckley, you haven't had any inquiries about public comment?
Nothing on the short week, so.
Okay. Last call for public comment. Thank you. Moving right along, old business, we have none. Number 8, personnel matters. We have 3 at the recreation facility and 1 at the high school.
Mr. Chairman, if you will,
Yes.
permit,
Commissioner.
I move first at the Wallaston Recreational Facility, a notice of rehire for Isabel Madua as a seasonal golf associate at the rate stated at 420, effective 4/24/25, and also Brennan Shapiro as a seasonal golf associate, notice of rehire, rate stated, effective date 4/25/25. Oh, yeah, and so moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote. Next, agricultural high school.
Mr. Chairman, I move for approval at the Norfolk County Agricultural High School, the notice of contingent employment for Olivia Rose Pulver as a student labor, and the rate stated as listed. The effective date for Olivia would be 4/28/25. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote. Number 9, payroll and expense warrants.
All right,
Approval.
very short list, Mr. Chairman.
Mhm.
I'll move for the warrant list of 4/23/25, the following. Number 1, 25-42 payroll to county, the sum of $144,961.03. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Next.
And the second item, expense of the county, 04-0425. I'll move the sum of $46,063.89. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor? Aye. It is a vote.
That concludes that, Mr.
That
Chairman.
includes payroll and expense warrants. Thank you. Number 10, report from the procurement department, bid openings and contract awards. We have none today.
None today,
Director
Mr.
Buckley?
Chairman.
Okay, number 11. Letter to federal delegation support of RSVP program funding. Director Buckley has
Through you, Mr. Chairman.
a couple of comments. Go ahead.
As you know, the Norfolk County Retired Senior Volunteer Program is a longstanding, I think, multi-decade now program that's been very successful here in the county. It's the local regional affiliate of the AmeriCorps/Senior Corps national program, and it does receive grant funding from that. Over the last few weeks, the activity of the Department of Government Efficiency has been focused on AmeriCorps. There have been a number of AmeriCorps staff, which our staff interact with, who've been furloughed, laid off. They've been doing stop work orders. And so we received a request from some of the regional folks to continue to advocate for this program to our federal delegation. So we put a pretty short and pretty succinct letter to the four congressmen who represent portions of Norfolk County: Congressman Lynch, Congressman Auchincloss, Congresswoman Presley, and Congressman McGovern, as well as our two United States senators, just advocating for continued support of this, quite frankly, very lean and efficient program. And in that letter, just to highlight, it highlights some of the great work we do here. To date, the Norfolk County RSVP program has accomplished 1,115 individual rides for veterans with more than 50 individual drivers. The program's so popular, we can only do about 75% of the requests. And we're concurrently, with this letter, we're working on continuing ways to publicize opportunities for volunteering there. In fiscal 24, 200 active RSV volunteers logged 17,000 hours performing various duties, including rides for vets, elementary school-based classroom volunteers, meal deliveries for seniors who are mobile, friendly visits to seniors, and work in food pantries throughout the 28 cities and towns. And finally, just a really, as a school person, as all of you are as well, in the 23-24 academic year, 525 students were assisted by our volunteers with basic help and reinforcement of basic skills like reading and math, with an average roster of 15 to 20 students per volunteer. We had 30 volunteers doing that, who logged in over 540 hours just in that one school year.
That's unbelievable.
It really is.
That's unbelievable.
And the surveys, 95% of teachers reported very satisfied rating. I know just anecdotally in Walpole, 2 of our 4 elementary schools had these volunteers. It's so successful this school year. 3 of the 4 do. So there's growth. I know Chris, who works Point in that program, is also looking at expanding opportunities. And we have some retired people. I believe Nancy Rockwell's in one of our schools in Walpole, being a school volunteer as well. So it's a great program. It's a small program. And excuse me one second. And I'm just gonna.
Looks like he's running the meeting himself as well.
So the Sam, if you could mute yourself.
He likes to do this now. He likes to do it himself.
Yeah, Sam, can you mute yourself? Thanks. So anyhow, it's part of sort of a wider efficiency dance. We need to make sure we register with our partners. And as I wrote in the letter, every single one of the 6 people who represents Norfolk County have been tremendous advocates in the face of all these federal cuts. So we're basically telling them we thank them for the support and register. The 3 of you register your support to the work that they're doing. We know they'll be helpful in hoping to keep this program moving the way it is.
So, Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Go ahead,
If I
Commissioner.
may, a couple of things for you, of course, to Bill. Who's getting this letter? Who's it going out to?
We were sending it to the 6 members of the federal delegation.
So
4 congressmen and the 2 senators from
okay.
Massachusetts.
So Senator Mark will get this in
Yep.
warrant. Okay. And the other thing is, at the moment, is RSVP in danger? Are we in trouble of not being able
I
to
think
sustain our programs?
I think it's an iterative process. We're doing the drawdown. We have the funds now. It's more that currently some of the people at AmeriCorps who we interface with
Right.
regularly are not there, not picking up the phone. They're furloughed and things like that. And because it's so day to day, it's just important to kind of flag the great work and the small money that this program does.
So in the last question, as
Yeah.
a follow-up, polite, respectful suggestion, where you all support this, then we need a plan by Lucille in terms of what happens if, and to
Mhm.
look at what can we do to help her and help them,
Yeah.
to help others, right? Because this is a great program, and I had no idea about the volunteering in school.
Yeah.
I mean, I know about the Ride for Vets are fantastic,
Mhm.
and my interaction for the last 4 years has always been so positive. They do a great job. We got to see what we can do to help out. So,
Yeah,
Maybe-
and three, we have had a couple of meetings now, John, myself, and Lucille. We are lucky as compared to some of our other colleagues because the commission does have a pretty strong level of support of this program. You do in your own budget, you bankroll a lot of it.
Yeah.
So we
Okay.
have definitely evaluated where to go from here if, let's say, next year the federal money dries up.
mm,
We are looking at contingencies, but
okay.
right now it hasn't. But
Okay.
it's just important to advocate. But
Yeah, John had
for
mentioned that
sure,
before we went. Okay.
there's
Yeah.
people will be veterans in Norfolk County will be getting rides to their appointments next year, regardless. There are paths. We will figure it out for sure.
All right. Well, still, but good to
Yeah.
be on the ball on this, and
And I know
Get
you
these
just
letters
went
out.
to what the VA today doing with RSC
I was
volunteers.
going to mention that, it's, I had the chance this morning to accompany Lucille over to the VA facility in Jamaica Plain, and we delivered something like 30 handmade crocheted Afghans.
Right.
It was a wonderful time to go there and deliver that. And, we were well received, of course, and she's doing a great job. Like I said, she's a wonderful person and she's trying her best. But that's just one small example of kind of things that they do there. And I was greeted by two other RSVP volunteers right there on the job.
Yeah.
The fella helped us out. I mean, they're out there everywhere, which we're so blessed. We really are. So we got whatever we can do. I know we all want to support this. Would it make sense to send this to people in our state delegation of Norfolk County
No,
to see if there's any state money to let them know, or
I don't
is that not
necessarily.
appropriate?
I think the real focus is on the work of Doge right now and
Okay.
what they're doing.
Yeah.
And we could, obviously, this isn't a one-time thing. The advocacy is a dialogue that happens. So we're just going to keep an eye on
Okay.
how this progresses. Hopefully it trends in a positive direction for us.
Well, as Congressman Lynch did say, he did say this publicly, with the cuts that have taken place in Washington, he goes, a lot of the things are going to shift to the state, and the expectation is the state's going to have to pick it up. So, I mean, we'll try, but I'm hopeful, always hopeful, you never know. But at some point, there's only so many ways to cut the pie up, as you know, Mr. Chairman, so
Mhm.
we'll put our best foot forward, see what happens.
Excellent.
Thanks for that. Thank you.
Do you want
Thank
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, maybe take a motion to send a letter of
Oh.
support.
Be very pleased to
Motion,
make that
go ahead.
motion. I'll make that motion, Mr. Chairman. We send a letter to the federal delegation in support of the RSPP program funding as presented.
Second. Motion made and seconded to support and send a letter to our federal delegation for RSVP funding. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, it is passed. Thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
No problem.
Report of the county director.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. A couple of things. Just a reminder from our friends in the Human Resources Department that it is conflict of interest training season and that all county employees are required to every 30 days after being hired and then every 2 years complete a hour-long conflict of interest training program. So that's biannually, and every year we're all required to complete the conflict of interest law acknowledgement, which is this checkoff that says you acknowledge you got the summary, and to study that. That happens every year, and folks have Michelle, I know, has been sending out reminder emails to folks who haven't done so yet, but you log in through the math ethics training website. But we're getting down towards the end here, just making a public announcement to all of us to make sure we keep that front of mind. Moving on, next week, the long-awaited Page Street discontinuance will be on the agenda for next week. So just
Wow.
so Patrick's been working very closely with
I know somebody will be.
in the town of Stoughton. Maybe we'll get a visitor. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe that will happen. We'll be blessed.
Another shovel.
As well. And obviously, as we're coming off Easter week, it was also and Joe Shea birthday
Yeah.
2 weeks.
We done.
It's going on all month. It's
We
birthday
have
month.
Birthday month. It's also the anniversary of the battles of Lexington and Concord and Paul Revere's Midnight Ride. I think it's important for us to acknowledge that two fan favorite Norfolk County employees were heavily featured in the historical activity over the weekend. Mike LePage, who
With the registry.
works at the registry,
Right.
does John Adams,
Great
does
job.
Robert Walpole, fantastic.
He's impressive.
He went viral over the weekend. I don't know if
Did he
people
really?
saw him
Oh my God.
out at the Paul Revere house. There was like 7,000 frat guys cheering him on, and I'll send along the videos.
Was he Paul Revere?
He was Paul Revere.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
It was fantastic.
Oh my
And
goodness.
then in the people don't know, in the next morning he plays one of the redcoats on Lexington.
Ooh.
In our county
You switched.
county surveyor Patrick Higgins is in the Lexington Minutemen, and he was on. And
I didn't know that.
There's some video of him as well. He got on Boston.
Patrick's not on. Is he
Boston
on there?
Globe. Yeah, he's probably
Well, good job,
he's probably
Patrick.
tired, but
Yeah.
both of them
Oh,
I
he's
think
on.
Wow. Yeah.
did some great historical recognitions
Yeah.
over the weekend. So it was cool to see
That's
some
exciting.
folks.
Is
And
Patrick part of the guys that shoot the guns at
yeah, that's right.
Foxborough? When they get a touchdown for the Patriots?
No, Mike is, I believe.
Mike is. That's
So-
right. That's right.
So yeah, they do a lot of great work.
Yeah.
And it was really cool to see some of our own involved in that over the weekend.
Wow.
Other than that, it's a short week. We're doing a lot of filing. We're getting ready for the filing system coming in downstairs, organizing records. That's about it. We'll see you then. But kind of the key thing to keep ahead, top of mind is we'll get Page Street off the decks next week. So
Fantastic news.
we're excited for that.
Be careful in case it doesn't go.
And that is all I have.
All right. Keep Attorney Lopez in the groove so we can
Yeah,
get going.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving right along. Report of the county director.
Right.
It's done.
That's it. Yep.
Emergency items the chair did not reasonably anticipate. I have none.
Almost.
Before I take a motion to adjourn, I want to keep in mind for us the memory of Jim Johnson of Winchester, Mass., who is the father of our Jim Johnson of Walpole, Mass.,
Oh.
town administrator.
Okay.
Was buried this weekend, and Bill Buckley was able to get there yesterday. Just as an outline, Jim Johnson, the father, was a selectman in the town of Winchester for 18 years. On every town committee, the finance committee, the town day committee, the capital planning committee. In 2016, he was honored as the citizen of the year in the town of Winchester. And he worked a number of years on every town committee. And his passion for public services carried on by Jim, who was the Winchester town administrator. So we're going to adjourn this meeting, and hopefully in the memory of Jim Johnson Senior. Thank you. Motion to adjourn.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, pleased to make the motion to adjourn as stated, and I'll say the time is 1:20.
Not the record. Okay, you're off 3 minutes, but that's all right.
I know, this says,
Oh,
Yeah.
no, that's good.
Yeah.
It's just not-
Second.
oh, I see.
Second on the motion.
Motion made and second to adjourn. All in favor?
All right.
This meeting is adjourned. We have a regular meeting next week. Thank you very much.